University of Foggia, Italy. We'll be talking about how shaping sustainable and high quality animal products. We're going to be talking about the future direction of small ruminants, farming in the Mediterranean region. Antonella, the floor is yours.
Effectively, a sustainable livestock production is a production that is ecologically sound, taking into account the environment, biodiversity, ethically and economically sustainable, and biodiversity conservation is of greater importance. Apart from as a genetic reservoir of native breeds, but also for the protection of the environment, of the landscape, and especially of the human presence in marginal areas. In Italy, the Italian government has adopted a national biodiversity strategies, and among all the objectives, the Italian government calling for a stronger effort to safeguard the existing genetic. Effectively, genetic diversity is a prerequisite for the adaptation in the face of future challenges. And indiscriminate crossbreeding is the major cause of genetic erosion, together with the use of non-native breeds and to the decline of traditional production. As you can see in the map of Italy, sheep and goat farms are located mainly in the southern of Italy. And refers to Apulia, that is my region. The small ruminant farms are located mainly in marginal areas, characterized by low impact and traditional practices. But these characteristics make also them really susceptible to land degradation, to environmental changes, and also to the biodiversity loss. the southern of Italy, a lot of autochthonous sheep, small ruminant autochthonous breeds, are at high risk of extinction, due also to market pressure and to the changes in agricultural practices. Then one of our objectives is to put a lot of efforts on biodiversity conservation. Then one of our projects on biodiversity conservation was developed to valorize southern sheep biodiversity through the characterization and valorization of their products, and in this case, especially meat. In this project, we take into consideration 5 different sheep autochthonous breeds that, as you can see, are really widespread in the southern of Italy. We took some genetic analysis, but we put a lot of efforts to investigate the meat characteristics and also the carcass characteristics. And for each lamb genotype, we took into consideration the lambs and were slaughtered at almost 50 days of age. We also did classification of carcasses according to the European Mediterranean classification systems. We performed also the color characteristics on the carcasses, and we also analyzed the chemical and statistic composition of Longissimus muscles. And one of the main important results of this project was that about the 50% of lamb carcasses were classified as in higher category, thus evidencing the greater potential of these autochthonous breeds to produce either lambs with an economic return for farmers. In addition, we found a strictly relationship between the intramuscular fat content and also the fatty acid profile of meat. Effectively, if you can see, 2 breeds, the Gentile di Puglia and the Laticaula, evidence the greater intramuscular fat content, together with an highest percentage of saturated fatty acid. And this also confirmed by the PCA analysis. Indeed, as you can see, the other 3 breeds, the Taurana, Banyolese, and Lucchese, clustered in the same area with polyunsaturated fatty acid, with beneficial fatty acid, like omega-3, omega-6, and CLA. Another ongoing project of my group on the biodiversity conservation is the local project. This project was developed to valorize the indigenous animal genetic resources of Apulia with a special focus on goat, but we have also a few sheep breeds. And this project is really, I can say, highly dynamic because we have several partners with different expertise. We have university, we have stakeholders, farmers, and also regional animal association. And among all the objectives, we are putting a lot of effort to analyze the genomic structure of Apulian small ruminant autochthonous breeds. In particular, we are collecting genetic materials. We are collecting embryos for the germplasm storage to update our cryobank for the genetic material, and also we are monitoring the reproductive status on farm to maintain very high fertility and reproductive health. Among the other objectives, we are also disseminating good hair practices management practices. And also we are promoting and disseminating sheep and goat dairy production at local level, because it's very important. And also we are creating collaborative network about all the partners involved. We are also collecting historical documents also for the customers to understand the numbers of animals in the past, and also to improve also the genetic variability. Another important goal for the future is to produce enough food for our growing population, but at the same time achieve a minimal environmental impact. And to do this, we need to work in circular economies. We need to apply circular economies. Just a few data. In 2021, interaction network by using the string database evidences that protein belonging to 5 different subnetworks, but among which the enzyme regulatory activity and the identical protein is well most important. In the muscle proteome also we found 23 differential abundant spots and 4 major biological pathways involved. And as you can see, we are in muscle now, then we found that almost 50 proteins come from the muscle contraction structure and associated protein. That is normal. But we did also a comparative bioinformatic analysis. Then we combined the 2 proteins and we analyzed the overlapping between the 2 protein lists. Then we found 7 common pathways in red and also 4 proteins between plasma and muscle proteins. Then these 4 proteins, we propose this protein as candidate biomarker to monitor meat quality variation, also in beta, in plasma. But these results was also confirmed by the PCA analysis that we did on differential abundant proteins. And as you can see, the group are clearly differentiated in the same manner, whatever is the protein that you can use, the plasma, the muscle, plasma, or protein. Then this confirmed that there is a really close talk between the plasma and muscle. For sure, this is one of the first study that evidences biomarker between among the 2 different proteins. But we can use, we propose this biomarker as a candidate biomarker to monitor the meat quality characteristics on land. Also, as I said, we performed the proteomic approach also on the myofibrillary and sarcoplasmic protein. We found also in this case several differential abundant proteins in the Alzheimer's skin group, and the bioinformatic analysis evidencing different biological pathways. We also did the comparative bioinformatic analysis, and in this case we found 2 different protein in common between the myofibrillar and the sarcoplasmic protein. But these 2 proteins were previously identified as biomarker of meat color and tenderness variation in beef, and also Professor Gagawa found these 2 proteins as strictly related to beef color and tenderness variation. Then we propose these 2 biomarkers as also biomarkers to monitor meat quality in lab, but the most important thing is that we can use these 2 biomarkers, these 2 biomarkers in both fractions, in the sarcoplasmic and myofibrillar one. In conclusion, what we can do in the future for the achievement of a sustainable development goals. We need to promote and protect our autochthonous breeds that are more resilient to heat, stress, and disease. And also, we need to use local feed resources of agro-industrial byproducts for sure also to reduce the food feed competition. And we need to use precise on livestock farming, because this is a very good route for the sustainable livestock production. And but one important point is, what have added proteomics to our study? Open the possibility effectively to use also plasma and other biofluid to monitor the meat quality characteristics, and in our case to define the feeding strategies and to improve the quality of meat. Then I want to say thank you and for the attention. If you have any question, this is my department in we are working there. And if you have any question, or you can contact me, and